All right, let's hop to it. Welcome to Brilliant Directories webinar Wednesday. Gosh, I think we're pushing almost 40 episodes of Webinar Wednesday since we started this last year. We've been staying consistent. Um, I'm here, Jason, on the left. If this is your first Webinar Wednesday, we're lucky to be joined with us with Gabe and Patrick. Gabe is one of the support specialists here at Brilliant Directories, and Patrick, of course, is with the customization experts, one of the top companies building tools, plugins, and extensions to accompany your Brilliant Directories site. He's got a wealth of knowledge on marketing strategy, which is one of the best reasons that we have Patrick in the webinars with us here today.
Always great to be here. Thanks, Jason.
And we have a special guest who we will introduce in just a few slides. All right, I know a lot of people have already done so, but if you haven't, please join our free Facebook group. It's a great place to continue the conversation after Webinar Wednesday has completed. It's our marketing strategy network. There are some phenomenal discussions in there. We used to have a group on LinkedIn, but there's much more engagement that we're seeing in the Facebook group. So we really encourage you guys to join. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. Just make sure you're logged into your Facebook account and you can join the group. And you can post discussions, you can comment on discussions. It's a great place to better educate yourself on how to market your membership community. And again, if this is your first webinar with us, one of the goals here, we want to help you hone your marketing skills to help your online community grow faster. You know, it's very, very easy to launch a website these days. There's tons of themes and tools and solutions out there. But after the website is online is really where the work needs to start happening. It's about how to grow your community, and that's the part that requires strategy. So here in Webinar Wednesday, we can of course talk about some things on your website setup, but we really want to focus on ways to kind of help you increase member signups, increase traffic and revenue, how to improve your website's navigation. That's a common theme we're seeing that is a sticking point, is how you can easily update the navigation and flow of your website to create a better user experience, which leads to better results. And other ways and ways to generate and sell leads to your members. Again, that's tied into generating revenue. So anything related to growing your community, marketing your website, ranking better in Google, those are all great topics to cover in Webinar Wednesday. So if you feel that you're stuck somewhere with your website and you need to get out of the setup phase and into the marketing phase, or if you're in the marketing phase and you're trying to reach a new goal, a new milestone, maybe it's for your website traffic, revenue, number of subscribers or members that you have, this is the place to be, where we can bounce ideas off of each other and kind of help you get to the point where you want to be with your goals. And with that said, in order to really maximize the time of Webinar Wednesdays, if you guys have support related issues, if you're finding things that might be more support related, such as comprehensive edits or customization requests, those would be more appropriate to contact the dedicated Brilliant Directories support team. So that way we can really maximize the value of time that we spend in the Webinar Wednesdays. Okay, let's get into some fun stuff. We'll start with some simple stuff. Those of you that are running Google Ads on your site, the last couple of months, Google has been aggressively emailing anyone that has Google AdSense on their sites that they need to update their Ads.txt file. This was new to Brilliant Directories as well. If you've already done this by emailing our support team, and we provided some instructions when this was previously happening, you're totally fine. If you're not using Google Ads on your site, don't worry about it. If you just connected your site to Google Ads and you need to update your ads.txt file, this can now be done within your design settings. I'm just going to toggle over there real quick so everyone can see where this would be. It would be in settings and design settings. And from here, you can toggle over to the banner ad design section. and there is an input box here. You can just copy and paste what Google is asking you to add to your site, and you can simply paste it into this box here and save your changes, and you're done. Google basically just wants you to verify your site when you're using Google AdSense. There was another method prior to this. If you've done that method, you're okay. If you're needing to do this now, then use this method. Another update to exporting members, we had one last webinar where any custom fields, if you added, if you wanted to export member data, you could definitely get the first name, company name, and phone number, but if you added new fields, you weren't able to export those fields. That was last webinar's update. In this webinar, you can also export the category names along with the members. The previous method was it would export the ID number of a category, which honestly wasn't too helpful. So with the feedback from you guys, we're now exporting members with the full information and not the category ID numbers, but with the actual category names. So that's a small update. I thought that was important to share. We have a bunch of new add-ons on the way. We have 2 to demo here on the webinar with you guys today. And then also Blair, we got your back here. The coupon codes are for upgrading membership levels are underway. It's on our developers list. They're working on it. We hope to have that resolved this month in May for you. So thank you again for your patience with that update. We hope to have that completed this May. So for the fun stuff, the Facebook website chat add-on, that's a new add-on that's coming. It's going to allow you guys to chat with your website visitors through your Facebook page. So it kind of lets you get social with a chat mechanism through your site. And then there's one, it's not necessarily for everyone, but it allows you to help generate more revenue from ads on your site with people who might be using ad blocking tools. But more about that, I'm going to pass it over to David Rocklin to kind of show you how these 2 new add-ons work, and these should be released later this month, latest by next month. So David, I'll pass it on over to you, and thanks for demoing these on the webinar for us today.
Thanks, Jason. Hope everyone's having a great and productive Wednesday. It's nice to be back on these webinars here to demo some of the new add-ons for you. So I figured we'd go over the AdBlock detector first. It's a pretty simple add-on. So this is the first add-on we'll be talking about. It's called AdBlock Detector. It's pretty simple. The basic gist of it is ad blocking plugins and software have been skyrocketing in popularity over the past several years. I myself am one who actually uses an AdBlock plugin. And this can hurt a lot of websites that rely heavily on generating ad revenue. As Jason mentioned, this add-on isn't necessarily for everyone. If most of your revenue is generated from selling premium memberships, you probably won't want to enable this add-on, because basically what you'll be doing is you'll just be giving or you'll be showing pop-ups to your paying members who might be using an ad blocker, and that just leads to some annoyance on their end. So but if you do generate a lot of your revenue through ads, this would be a great add-on to add to your website. So if we head on into the admin here, once this website is out, and if you have it enabled on your site, in the design settings of your admin and under the banner ad design tab in the design settings, you'll see a new section here titled Ad Blocker Message. You can choose to enable it, disable it, and there's 2 settings for enabling it, which we'll go over. You can change the title of the pop-up, the message in the pop-up, as well as the text on the button. So if we head on over to this sample website here and I reload it, I have my ad blocker enabled, and you'll see that the website detects that I have my ad blocker enabled, and it pops up this message. Again, the title, the message, and the button text are all customizable, so whatever you want to have there, you can. And this is the notification mode. You'll see it right here, enable notification mode. So all this does is it provides me with the pop-up. I can click yes, I'll whitelist this website, and I have full access to the website. Now the ads are still being blocked because I haven't disabled my ad blocker. However, with the other enabled option, we can go ahead and choose that. That's called Enable Block Content Mode. And if we save these changes, when we refresh the site, that button will be gone. So we won't be able to dismiss the notification, which means in order to view the content on the website, we'll actually need to disable our ad blocker or at least add this website to our whitelist. So let me show you that right now. You'll see we get the pop-up and there's no button here. So there's no way for me to get out of it. And I can't scroll on the website either. So let me go ahead and pause my ad blocker and refresh the site. And you'll see that no pop-up is displayed because my ad blocker is now disabled. So again, a great add-on for websites who generate a lot of their revenue through ads. If you don't really display too many ads on your website, or you don't really care about the revenue you're generating because you're generating more revenue through selling memberships, then you probably don't need to worry about this add-on. Moving on to the second new add-on that will be coming soon is called the Facebook Website Chat. Basically, everybody is familiar with Facebook Messenger. Facebook has, I believe it's over 1 billion users now. Messenger's right up with that. And what this does is it allows you to integrate Facebook Messenger onto your website. Now, a lot of us who run our own websites, or especially run our own directories or membership sites, you probably have your own Facebook business page. It's basically a web page that has the information about your business. So here's just a sample one. It's called Design Showdown. You have your about page. You can post updates to your followers, all that sort of stuff. So if we head back over to our sample website here, you'll see down here in the bottom right-hand corner, there's an icon for Facebook Messenger. Now you'll see here we already got a sample conversation going, but let's pretend I'm a brand new visitor to this website. I see this chat bubble pop up and I need some help. I want to join this website, but I'm not sure where to go. I can type in whatever I want. So let's say, hi, I need some help joining. Go ahead and send that off. And here in Facebook Messenger, now this is what you would see when you're the manager of your Facebook page. You see that that Messenger chat box is connected. And so we see this guest's or this visitor's message here, and we can go ahead and reply, and we can say, thanks for your interest. Here's the link to join. And then we can go ahead and provide a link for them to join our website. So when we send that over, if we go back to the page, you'll see that our message is now sent to the visitor.
So I have a question here, David. Sorry to interrupt.
Sure.
Sorry. So you need to have a Facebook company page or whatever for this to work, and you connect this chat to your company page.
Correct. So let's go ahead and go into our admin panel of our Brilliant Directories website. If you have this add-on enabled on your site, you'll head into Settings, General Settings, and over into the Integrations tab. At the very bottom, you'll see a new section called Facebook Messenger, where you can go ahead and paste in your Facebook page ID, and you can choose to enable or disable it. Now, to get your Facebook page ID, you'll need to go into the settings of your Facebook business page. In here, or actually, sorry about that, you'll go to About. And at the very bottom, or near the bottom, you'll see a string of numbers, and that's your page ID. All you need to do, there's only 2 steps. First step is to copy this page ID and paste it into this field here in your website's admin panel. You can save those changes, and then the second step is to whitelist our website's domain inside of Facebook. To do that, when we're on our business page here, we just go into Settings, here in the upper right-hand corner. We click on Messenger Platform over here in the left-hand sidebar, and you'll see a section called Whitelisted Domains. You can just go ahead and copy and paste in your website's domain here into the section. You click Save, and that's literally all there is to it. It's just 2 steps, and once you do that, you will have the Facebook Messenger box pop up on your website. So you'll be able to start communicating with website visitors, and they can communicate with you.
And is there an app, so if you're on the go, you can chat with visitors that are on your website while you're out and about?
Definitely. So for a normal visitor, they can chat with you on their mobile device just through the regular Facebook Messenger application, which most people have. For you, the website admin and the page manager, you'll want to download the Facebook Pages Manager application. They have this for both iOS, for Apple devices, as well as Android devices. And from this application, there's a page inside of it where you can communicate through that messages feature.
Love
you
it.
can
So
see this last screenshot right here.
So if you're on the go, if someone's visiting your website, you'll instantly get notified on your phone if someone wants to chat with you.
Exactly. And let's say you're going out of town for a week. You can go right back into your website settings and choose to disable the Facebook chat feature. That way it won't show up on the website and visitors won't be able to send you messages. That way you'll have free time if you're on vacation, things like that.
Perfect. I really like this because I know there's a ton of free and paid tools to get chat on your site. I think this is the least invasive method once it's available to get some sort of chatting tool on your site, and without using you probably do have a Facebook account, but using a new third-party service to manage chatting. So this is really great, David. Thanks for showing us.
Yeah, definitely. There's 3 main features that I wanted to mention with this add-on. One is that it's just through Facebook. Like we've been mentioning, most people have a Facebook account. They're familiar with the platform. It's not anything new for people to figure out how to use. And the last 2 major benefits are that because it's through Facebook Messenger, both you and your website visitor can carry on this conversation wherever you are. We already went over the mobile apps. You can carry on the conversation directly through Facebook, or you can have the conversation right here on your website. And the last benefit is that, say somebody quickly leaves your website. Typically, if you're just chatting with them in a third-party chat software, you might not have had time to follow up with them, grab their contact information, and that way you can carry on the conversation at a later time. Because this is all through Facebook and Facebook Messenger, all of your chat history is saved inside of your Facebook account. So it's super easy to follow up with people you've been chatting with on your website.
That's great. You can send tasteful things to maybe get them reinterested in your website.
Exactly.
Awesome. Wow. And I know we have a bunch of other things in the lineup for add-ons, but I think these 2 are pretty good. The ad blocker one is really good if you do, a lot of people do rely on ad revenue, and a lot of people are using ad blockers these days. And I've actually seen this around the web, so it's starting to become more common. So glad we can offer this to the people that might need it.
Yeah, we have some statistics also on both of these detail pages if anyone's interested. Over 600 million people are now using ad blockers.
Wow.
And we also have some statistics on how beneficial having a live chat is on your website in terms of converting visitors into actual customers.
Yeah, and you know what? What's also good about this Facebook, there comes a point where you might need a paid chat solution that has more robust features. This is a great entry-level chat solution for your website.
For sure.
All right, David. Well, thanks for that great presentation. We'll probably, in the next webinar, I know there's a ton of things scheduled to be released, so maybe we could bring you back in the next webinar to kind of showcase some other add-ons that are coming up.
I'd love it.
All right. Thank you, David. Let me grab the controls of the screen here. Okay, great. Reviews there. And everything that he just went over, guys, we'll have videos on how these things work on our site once they're officially released. So all those steps, don't worry about remembering them right now. All right, we are doing this thing where if you want your website showcased in the webinars, you can email events@brilliantdirectories.com. We'll showcase your site in the next webinar. We'll try to provide some feedback on how to improve it. Again, maybe help you reach some of the marketing goals and milestones that you have for your website that are just out of reach for you. You can email events@brilliantdirectories.com. Just please include a link to your website, and we will select someone in the next webinar to review their website. All right, now for more fun stuff. Last week's webinar, we had a really great time explaining how to create a super awesome, compelling offer and the fundamental elements of what make an offer compelling and make people want to use that offer. In this webinar, the tip of the week is how to create a simple lead magnet. And if you don't know what a lead magnet is, we'll cover that in the next few slides. But it's definitely, I think, every website should have a lead magnet. And hopefully after this small mini presentation here, you'll be motivated to add a lead magnet to your Brilliant Directories website as well. All right, and a good thing here is we got Patrick on board, who was able to set up a kind of on our interior design demo site that we've used in previous webinars, a method to create your first lead magnet quickly and easily on your Brilliant Directory site in just 3 steps, and we will definitely review that with you guys. So what is a lead magnet? You guys have clicked around the web and you see things that say, hey, download the 10 tips for successful moms and dads, or some kind of an ebook, or some kind of an offering that compels you to give your email address or some type of contact information in exchange for the information that they're offering. So a lead magnet is exactly that. It's a free offering in exchange for some information. It's generally a digital asset. It's either some information that you get access to, a digital download, or like I mentioned before, an ebook. And it's an asset used to attract prospects. So generally that content will really appeal to someone or some company in a certain industry about information that is going to benefit them. And that takes us to number 3, is the information that you're offering should actually solve a real problem, or at least provide actionable steps or insight into how your information will better their lives, better their businesses, improve something for them somehow. And also, lead magnets are a really great way to build your brand, because if you're the company that's creating these lead magnets that provide authoritative knowledge in a certain industry, it could be, again, like I mentioned, for moms and dads, it could be how to climb the corporate ladder. It could be about anything. But if your brand is the one providing that information, it increases your credibility, trust, and authority within your industry. And also, the lead magnet creates shareable content. So let's say I get an ebook and I love it. I might forward that ebook to my friends or colleagues. And granted, maybe they didn't download the ebook themselves, but my brand is now being shared amongst people in the industry who I want my brand to have visibility for. So there's lots of benefits for a lead magnet, but in the end, it's helping drive more prospects to your company and your brand. And examples of lead magnets, again, ebook downloads, even just signing up to a newsletter. You see things like sign up to our newsletter to receive tips and strategies on X, Y, and Z topics. Those are lead magnets. Free how-to guides. How to save 20 minutes, doing your taxes, how to do your taxes in less than 20 minutes. Those are the kind of things that, people will trade information to get to receive information. Other things are like top secret tips, free cheat sheets, stuff like that. And I just put some examples of images there, and there are ways to create these types of images where it looks like a book cover. Even though people are just probably going to get a list of text as the end result, you can use these to entice people to make your landing pages look more appealing with your lead magnets. And here are some reasons you might need a lead magnet. And in my opinion, I think everyone should at least have one lead magnet. I don't think there's if you need a lead magnet. There's no reason why you shouldn't. They're proven to help you generate more leads through your website. But if you need some more reasons, you might need a lead magnet if members are not joining your site. If you don't have much to offer people besides the membership, and that's not really enticing them to join your website or join your community. If you want to show that your brand is a leader within an industry, you'll probably want to create a lead magnet. If you're marketing your website and it's not leading to signups, again, maybe people just don't trust your brand. You need to demonstrate some level of authority to push people to the next step of signing up. So it helps you create, again, a compelling offer, which is what we talked about in the previous webinar, but it helps create credibility and trust and authority. But also, maybe people aren't ready to sign up today. Maybe they just want to get their feet wet with something, easy, with that doesn't require their credit card. And it could be a free membership sign up. On the other hand, it could be a lead magnet, a free how-to guide instead. Either way, if it's a free membership sign up or a free lead magnet download, you have now collected their email address and you can start marketing to them in the future and potentially sign them up to being a paid member of your site. And also, lead magnets help your community grow faster, again, because they do definitely assist you with growing your email lists, and that definitely will help to grow your community of people that actually want to participate. So here's the fun part. We're going to try to build a lead magnet in just about 5 minutes, probably a little bit more because we'll do some explaining around the things that we're doing. But Patrick and Gabe were both nice enough to spend some time before the webinar to follow these steps for creating a lead magnet. And Pat, I'll pass it over to you if you want to go through steps 1 through 3, and let me know when you're ready for me to pass the presentation back to you.
I am unmuted. Thank you, Jason. Very good presentation. And I think maybe that the only thing I'd add on top of that is that a lead magnet is a great tool to bring people to the website. So if you do a Facebook advertisement and you just say sign up for my website and they don't know who you are, they're at the awareness stage. It's unlikely they're going to come to your website. But if you're giving them an amazing product that they can get for free, that's a great way to attract people that haven't heard from you before to come to your website and learn about you and hopefully download the asset. And then hopefully from there you can nurture them to becoming a member.
Yep, well said, well said.
All right, I'm ready to go.
All right, I'm going to pass over the controls to you, Pat, and let you take it away.
All right, great. So what we did here is we just spent a couple of minutes putting this page together. Gabriel is going to share the link in the chat, so everybody that wants to get the code for this page is going to be able to get it. But what we did is we thought about putting something together that identifies the problem. We've covered that in the previous webinar. So are you tired of kicking the can down the road instead of working to get some new customers? So ideally an interior designer would be able to identify with that. And then since these are directories, something that people are very interested in is that you're the holder of information. So in this case, it's an interior design industry directory. So what we're telling the public is that we pulled 500 interior designers and they told us their secrets. And you can get access to those secrets if you want to download that right now. We went in here, we put in a testimonial, a quote from one of the members, and that builds confidence during the process. We let people know what they can expect. So we give them some ideas of things that they're going to see in the ebook. So that's the bullet list that we have at the bottom. So let them know that they'll get free tools and websites, even though they're on a tight budget. I always like putting a point on a tight budget because I feel that people are coming from the outside. One of the fears that they have is that you're going to be selling them something that's outside of their budget. So I always like to let them know that even if you're on a tight budget, this is going to be a helpful resource for you. We let them know they're going to get special offers, and I always like to tell them they're going to get live examples. So it's not just going to be theory. I'm going to show you what people are doing right now to bring in new customers in your industry. So hopefully the carrot is big enough that they're going to say all of that insider information and the problem that they're resolving, that is worth me giving them my email. And that's basically the sale that you're making. Are you providing enough value for somebody from the outside to want to give you their email, because they're well aware that you'll be reaching out to them at a later date and you're likely going to nurture them. So that's the challenge of creating that lead magnet.
And the incentives and benefits that you guys come up with, it's going to be different from industry to industry, and it'll probably have to match what you're offering on the other side of providing the email address or whatever information. So I think this is a great boilerplate model. We've all seen similar pages like this, probably gathering more information. But yeah, Pat, this is a great starting landing page to work off of.
So one of the technical aspects that we had to do is we had to create a custom form and embed it on this page. And what I'd like to show everybody is how we went ahead and did this and the steps that we followed. So we'll go into the dashboard of this particular website, and then everybody has access to the form manager. So that's what we did. We went into the form manager. And from here, what we looked for, and I always recommend using this form if you're going to be creating a custom lead magnet form. We always use the contact us form. The reason why is that this form has functionality that lets you control what email goes out or what page someone goes to after they completed a form. In this example, what we did is we control what page they go to after submission. So we're going to go ahead and click on edit for the contact us form. And then a really cool feature that Brilliant Directories has is in the Actions tab on the right, we have the ability to clone that form. So what we did is we clicked on clone. And then we just gave it a unique name. And a unique variable. So that's basically all we had to do in order to copy that form. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to save it. And now we can see we have an exact copy of the contact us form. This allows us to customize what we want to collect. So we can ask them for additional information, or in this case, what we did, if you notice our form, was we got rid of everything. There's a study that Ask Nicely came out with, and they said you lose about 50% of submissions for every additional field that you ask for. So if you have a form with 2 fields instead of just 1, you're going to get about half the people submitting that. So you really have to be careful what information you're asking for in exchange for what you're trying to sell them. So in this case, what we did is we just hid the phone number field and the enter message field. And there's a field, as you can see, that is hidden. I always like choosing hidden instead of deleting in case I choose to bring it back at a later time. And then we also hid the name. So the only thing that we're collecting is the email and the send message. So we're going to go ahead and save that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fill out this form. And we're going to see what happens. So fantastic. What happened is we got redirected to what's called a thank you page. So what we had to do in the form is we had to go to Actions. We have to edit the form settings, because we're going to have to tell the form when somebody submits this form, I want them to go to this specific page where they're going to be able to download the lead magnet that we just created.
So Pat, you've created 2 pages. We'll call this the thank you page or the success page. And you created the lead magnet page, which is where the form is for people to put in their email address.
That is correct. That is correct. So what I need to do now is I need to tell the form, after somebody gives me their email, I want them to be redirected to the thank you page that I created, which is where the public's able to download this particular guide.
Gotcha. And how do you do that?
All right, so we go to Actions. We'll edit the form settings.
Save actions.
In the Save Action, there are different options that you can choose. In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to say we want the user to be redirected to a URL after they complete the form. And then all we need to do is put in the redirect URL. Whoops, it has to be the entire URL, my apologies. We put in the redirect URL, and then when we save this form, now people that complete that custom form are going to be instantly redirected to the thank you page.
Got it. So you created a new form and you created the landing page and the thank you page.
Correct. So we went ahead and created this specific page, and then we created the thank you page.
All right.
So this is the lead magnet page, the lead capture page.
I'm going to throw a curveball at you, Patrick. We didn't plan this. So you have this lead magnet page. How do you get people to this page in the first place now? What would you do to get people to this page?
What I would do is I would go to Facebook, I would go to one of my pages, and then I would embed that thank you page, and then I would run an advertisement to try to drive traffic to that thank you page.
And you would target people that you want to using Facebook ads.
Exactly that. I would go in and I would create a custom audience. I'd probably already have a custom audience, and I would be specifically targeting interior designers in the specific areas that I'd like to have them sign up.
Gotcha. And what if people's members or potential members are not on Facebook? What would you do then?
Well, there's multiple avenues for promoting. You could go on other Facebook groups. You can go in LinkedIn, which is a great resource as well. There's a lot of strategy groups on LinkedIn. Something like this, that's another thing that we didn't discuss, is a lead magnet. If it's really of high value, you can go into LinkedIn, into a group where interior designers are discussing strategies, and you can tell them, hey, I found this amazing resource, and share it with them. And that's another way to bring people to your site.
Excellent. Excellent. So
something here that people might be wondering is, how did I get this to display? So this is promoting what the download is for. And what we did there is, in the actual web page that we created, and we don't cover this very often, here's the ebook landing page that we created. We'll click on edit. And if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see that there is the social media sharing details. I know that comes up sometimes and people ask, hey, why is the title not reflecting what my page is about? So if you ever want to control what people see when you actually post a link from your website, then that's the place to do it, right over here. And that's what's matching what you see on the front end.
Title, description, and you can designate an image from your website to use as well, I see there.
Correct. You can control, as long as it's the right size, you can control what image is getting pulled, and then you can go in and you can give a custom description as well.
Awesome. I love it. Love it. So just a little bit of setup, but nothing too complicated here. So I like that you kept it simple with this example.
In what I usually recommend on a thank you page is, it's a great opportunity to sell a membership at this point. Because what you've done is you've proven that you're an expert in the industry. You say, hey, here's your free resource. We hope it's helpful. By the way, did you know that you can get a free website audit? Or did you know that you can book a marketing consultation with us? Or did you know that you can get a 30-day free trial and signing up today and promoting and getting more customers? So this thank you page is a great opportunity to start selling, because you've given them something and they're in a better mindset to potentially purchase from you.
Right. And now you've done something exciting for them also. You've given them some really amazing information that should get them excited, actually.
That's the idea.
All right. Thank you, Patrick. So again, guys, what we're showing is more conceptual. This will all, the actual text and images that you see here will be different, but the concept of creating 2 pages and creating a form that people need to fill out, you can do that all with your Brilliant Directories website with just a little bit of setup and help. All right, Pat, I'm going to grab the controls back over here. All right, great stuff so far in the webinar. And now we'll get to the fun stuff, taking some website examples from you guys.
And Jason, I already see a couple of questions where people are asking, what's the format that we used for the download the ebook button, the call to action on the thank you page? So we didn't actually download one. We didn't create one for this particular webinar, but for that live example, I did upload one that I use on one of my personal websites. And all you need to do is you upload the PDF to your file manager, and then you can link. So I actually shared the link that I used in that particular example in the chat. So when you click on that link, it's going to open up in a new tab, and then people are able to view that PDF. So it's very simple to set up.
I have an even simpler idea, actually, just because for the sake of keeping things simple for everyone, instead of even going through the trouble of creating a PDF, which might be too complicated for some who are just getting started, on the thank you page, just put the information that people asked for on that thank you page, if that's easier for you. So you don't have to worry about uploading a PDF or having one downloaded. You can just put the information on the thank you page and make the process super simple for yourself and for the person who just asked for the information. Good stuff there. And I see some hands are up here. We're going to go with Martin. How you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Yes, my question is for a lead magnet, if you have a lot of leads, a lot of contacts in LinkedIn, how would you set up a lead magnet through that platform? What would be your suggestions?
Well, I know with LinkedIn, let me jump to my LinkedIn account. I know if you have a lot of personal contacts, you could post on LinkedIn just like Facebook. So you can just say, check out this awesome guide to double, whatever the guide's about, double your revenue, and then you just put the link here, and that should get everyone in your community. And maybe you can do that a few different times. Maybe you can send direct messages to certain people and say, hey, do you mind sharing this with your colleagues or on your LinkedIn post? And have
so you do a direct message and have a link to a lead generation or lead page?
Yeah, so you can go to your contacts and anyone that you're, I think, first degree contacts with on LinkedIn, you can send them a message. You probably want to make it sound genuine, and that's another way. So you can manually do that, or you can go to groups on LinkedIn, and as long as it's not too spammy, your post should get approved within a group. So you can join certain groups. Here's a group on social media marketing that I'm a part of.
Okay.
So I could start a conversation and just say, I found this great guide to double your income, and then you put a link. And again, if it's not too spammy, the group moderator will let it pass through, and that's another way to promote on LinkedIn here.
Okay, thanks.
All right, you're welcome. Good question there. All right, Martin's there, joins us from time to time. Good to see you there in the chats. All right, good friend Greg. Greg, how you doing today?
Hey guys, thanks. I'm glad you guys are still doing these. They're really awesome and very helpful. So I had a little situation pop up just last night and today with somebody who paid to join my directory and cannot find themselves when searching. And if I'm understanding this correctly, because I was playing around my website, if you want to pull up my website, it's awakenche.org.
Yeah, let's check it out. Maybe you said awaken or awakening?
Awaken.
I see. Okay. Hopefully it's just a setting.
So, here's the thing that looks like it's happening up in the top right corner of the header. And when you're on the website, I have the name, keyword, and location search. Yeah, right there. So in that name and keyword, if I actually put in a category, it doesn't search the category. It seems to only search like titles and things like that. So
what's an example?
So here's an example.
Coaching.
So yeah, or put in open heart, because that's the name of her company. So you'll see if you actually put that in with a space, open space heart.
Hang on a second. Let's see something here. Yep, it looks like you're missing the member search. These are your auto suggest settings. It looks like you don't have one for members. So let me add that right now. It's just a second. So I think it's a member search. And what we want to do, enable listings, yes. and we want to enable. This is all enabled by default for everyone. So it looks like just that one's missing on your site. So it looks like it was
Okay.
it had to have been manually deleted by accident somehow. So let's see if this fixes it. Let me just check one thing. I don't know if the name is called member search. Let me just double check it. Well, I guess we could check your site real quick. I just have to get the right name for that. So I might just check on another site. So, oh, there we go, coaching. Now it's working.
Okay.
So you're all good?
Cool.
You said Open Heart?
Okay.
Yeah, Open Heart Institute.
Yeah, so, yeah, do you want to jump back on the screen to the front?
Oh,
website.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, it's working.
Right, so
if I type in Open.
So that's for, right. Oh, so there it is. Okay. So now let's see if this works. It's but put in therapy or therapist. I'm trying to remember. No. I have a.
Okay, therapy.
Yeah. See, she's not.
Who's the member? We could take a look at the membership. What's that?
Hold on, wait a minute. The category I think is like counseling / therapy that she's in.
Okay, there's a few of them. There's individual practitioner, holistic business,
counseling. Right. Yeah. So and I don't know if the way I organize the site makes the searches more difficult, but I was trying to make it make sense for the people that are joining. You know, so some people are individuals, some people are businesses, right? So she, I believe, is an individual practitioner that's in the counseling therapy section. But when I put in counseling,
what's the member's name? Or what?
Her name is Kaylee. K-A-L-I-E.
Okay. Kaylee. Okay, so it's this one here. So let's just search for.
Searching. Go ahead.
So showing up here. Let's search author / writer.
So yeah, I think she was specifically testing the counseling, and she was putting in counseling, and she wasn't finding herself.
Okay.
Now, so the settings, you know, like I have Nirvana is my highest level. She's in the middle level, and then I have a free level. So I know that the highest level people are going to show up first. But she's missing from that list. So I don't know if it's just a glitch, that's something that happened with her specifically.
I think in this case, what you would want is this. Let me just check if it's enabled on your site.
And I find it odd that, you know, if I start typing in counseling, there's other places that show up, but for some odd reason, hers does not.
Right. Let me just check this real quick. This is the add-on you want. So her category is counseling / therapy. So that's what she's going to show up for. If you want members to show up for variations or partial matches for keyword searches, this is exactly what this add-on does, is search member keywords. It provides members with a greater search visibility by making all the text on their profile pages searchable. So this one, I don't know if it looks like you have quite a few of the add-ons enabled. If you have the VIP add-ons club, you should want to make sure that this one, search member keywords, is enabled. And again, it searches variations. Sorry, not variations. It searches for partial or full matches for text that's on a member's profile page. Let me get the link here. I'll put it in the chat. That will solve that issue. Then anyone that has counseling on their profile will show up in the search results, and they'll be sorted by their search priority. So your tier 1 members will show ahead of the tier 2 members in the search results. So let's.
There you go. All right.
Here. So that's in the chat there, Greg. So that should take care of that problem, and I'm glad that we got
probably good for me to have.
Yeah. So check that out, and then come back to the next webinar. Let me know how that works out for you.
So you're saying that if I make the category just counseling and just therapy, then if I put in the word counseling, then she should be showing up.
If she's part of that category, definitely, yeah. Because that's
Right,
the name,
but because
that's a category match for the name of the category.
Okay, that's the match exactly, unless I have that plugin. Okay,
Exactly.
and then related to searching, if you'll let me real quick, the other thing with searching that I'm trying to understand is if I do a location search, so I know that it pulls up the member tiers with, you know, highest paying first, and then middle tier, and then bottom tier. Is there a way to change the search radius? Because I don't think it's fair to members that if they put in their city, there might be somebody that's like 20 miles away showing up before the second tier shows up.
So the way
you know what I mean?
Yeah, so the way the location works, it'll sort people by distance, and let's say there's 5 people that are 5 miles away. So it'll show the distance first, then it will sort the people that are the same distance away based on the search priority. So it'll take distance into consideration first, and then it will sort them by their search priority. Does that make sense?
No, but well, yeah, but mine shows the priority first. Like type in Jameson, PA. That's the same woman. That's where her place is located. Jameson, PA. Yeah.
Jameson, did I spell that right?
Yeah. Jameson.
Is that Pennsylvania?
It's weird. I don't know why it's not showing up.
There,
it's in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. It's with an I. I was spelling it wrong.
Oh.
No, let me get rid of the counseling.
So she's on like the second or third page because all my premium Nirvana members show up first.
How far away is she?
She's in Jameson.
So which one is hers? How big of a town is Jameson? Here, she's here.
Not very big at all.
She's 1 mile away.
There she is. Yeah. So, but she's the first person in the enlightened section. That's the my middle tier. So she's the first person in the middle tier a mile away, but she's on, you know, whatever that is, the third page or something.
Okay, hang on. Let me check something real quick.
Yeah, and that's how it's intended to work.
Okay. I didn't know if there was a way for me to change that search radius.
Pat, do you know anything off the top of your head?
You know, to show.
Yeah, that's a customization.
Did you know what I mean? Because to my middle tier people, I mean, they're also paying, and it doesn't seem fair to them.
I'll be honest, I don't even think it's a customization. I'm trying to think of what the setting is, Greg. It's just slipping my mind right now. You might want to play with this, and then if not, you could just email the support team and see what they say. I don't think this one is a customization. There has to be a setting for this. So give me just one moment here.
But the easiest solution to that is just to make the sort order the same for everyone, and then you'll be accomplishing what you're looking to do. So if you don't want to give them any priority in search results, then you just make them all ones, and then they'll all appear based on the closest at that point.
Right.
All right. Thank you very much, Greg, for your questions there. Good stuff to take a look at your site and how you're using it. All right. We got some people typing in some questions. All right. Arlana, I've unmuted your microphone.
Yes, hello.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
All right. What's your question for us today?
I actually was just looking at the last website we were on, and I noticed he had membership badges on the contact for each member.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I like that. I'm wondering, is that in the to add? I was going to do that for each of my members to add a verified button, more as verified by not just verified that they verified their email, but verified, giving them a qualification of being a verified member.
Sure. I can show you how you would add a badge to a member's search results and profile page. Do you want to use your site as an example, and I can just put a sample image there for the time being?
Sure.
Awesome. What's the name of your site?
Holistic Essentials Wellness Directory.
So let me just search Google for a quick image. Give me one moment. I'll just say star badge. Icon. Okay, so let's just take something simple like this here. I'll just go ahead and save this. You can obviously go find the right image for your site. I'm just going to call this badge. Just because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to this, I'm just going to reduce the size of the image in Photoshop, but you don't really need to do that. But let me just do that real quick. Get rid of some of the extra space.
So what is the best size to use for something like this?
I think like 100 by 100 is fine. So I'll just make this 100. You can maybe go a little smaller, but that's fine. And we'll just call this badge again. So it's really just a two-step process, Arlana. Step one is you want to go to your image manager. And also, let me go to the front of your site. Let's go to your search results page right now. So here's your members without any badges there. And this is a really nice way to kind of add a custom touch to your site, make it more brandable with the type of icons that you use, and really create a nice sense of a community. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to your image manager. I'm going to go ahead and just upload that new image called badge. Okay, that's uploaded. And the next thing we want to do is grab the file name. So I'm just going to sort by date here. And a real easy way to do that with your images, because you're going to use images for lots of different things, emails, blog posts, pages around your site. You can right click and copy the image URL. So I'm just going to copy the image URL. So now that we've uploaded the image and grabbed the image URL, we want to assign that image to a certain membership level. So maybe we can do your VIP levels. Would that be okay?
Sure.
Okay. So you can edit the VIP membership level that you have. And right here on the first tab, you don't have to go to any other tabs. There's profile page badge and search results badge. You could have different badges. Maybe the search results one is a little smaller, compact. I'll just use the same badge for both of them right now. And we'll go ahead and save the changes. And that's pretty much all we have to do. So I'll just let this save, and then we'll go check out your VIP members. Let's see here. So we'll just refresh the page. I'll just scroll down a little bit till we see some of the VIP members. I saw that they were third in the search results priority. You know what might be easier? Let me just do this. Let's click here rather than going page by page. One more page. Nope, not showing there. Okay, so these are your VIP club members. Let's view a profile. And here's a badge here on their profile page. And
Okay.
let's look at a search results page. It's showing twice on the search results page. Let's find out why. I see that, you see that this is showing double here, Arlana?
Yeah,
Can I fix that for you?
that would be wonderful.
Okay, that's probably going to fix that badge issue too. Let me just reset your listing search results here. So there's an update that you can run. You see this run update here. You'll see these at times in your admin. So let me just run that.
Right. Okay.
Okay, and let the page refresh. It's good. Because like with WordPress sites, you have to do comprehensive updates of the entire WordPress install. With Brilliant Directories, it's just localized updates. So it's like minimally invasive in a way when there are updates that need to happen. So what I'm going to do is just restore your listing settings. So this is a good way to restore default code if you've kind of played around with your listing setups. And there's another installer here also. I'll go ahead and update that for you too.
Thank you.
All right, and let me just check that default code is there now. Yep, looks good. Let's save the changes and go back to the search results page here. So that change took care of the double issue. Now you're also getting a map icon here, which should show pin drops of where people are. It's a nice little touch there. But in the search results here, yeah, now we're just getting 1 star as well. So that kind of fixed that issue. So we've now added a star to the search results and to the profile page. And of course, you can have different icons if you chose to have a smaller or modified version in the search results.
So if you wanted it to say on that page what that stood for, you would have to modify it and put it right into the graphic? Or is there a way to add a text box saying
no, correct.
VIP member?
No, you would add it into the graphic of whatever you choose to use, similar to kind of what we saw on Greg's site.
All right.
All right. Thank you for your question, Arlana.
Thank you.
Now, Jason, that was for a custom member badge, and that was great. She also mentioned she just wanted a verified badge. So perhaps if somebody's looking just to show that a member has been verified by the directory owner, where would they go and do that for a member?
Good question. So let's say this company, I'll do it and then I'll revert it. Let's say Mantra Yoga and Meditation has provided Arlana with, certificates that they're a real business. So what you can do is, let's go to the admin area and let's search for Mantra Yoga. So we'll go to members here. And what we're going to do when we get there is we're going to use the quick edit feature. So let's just search Mantra Yoga. And under actions, because verifying someone is kind of a manual process, it does require the admin to do it manually. You can click quick edit. Mantra Yoga has provided Arlana with whatever qualifies them as verified for her website. And under listing settings here, there's a few options. The second one is verified member. And you can set this to yes. By default, everyone is set to no. And I'll go ahead and save the changes. So those changes are saved. If we refresh the page for Mantra Yoga, it automatically adds another badge here. And if you hover over it, just let the page load. It says a little message, verified member. This, you can change this text, obviously. So now they get a badge for their membership level, and they get a badge because they're verified. And this badge, it doesn't change member to member. It's just one verified badge for any members that are verified. But you can also change this icon in your image manager. You just swap it out with the image that you want to use. So I'll go ahead and switch them back to not verified. Okay, and we'll refresh the page again. Looks like that's taking a second to save. Refresh it, and this badge should go away, and we're just left with the badge that represents this membership level.
Great stuff. Thank you.
It's really nice because you get to add more colors and more imagery to what's otherwise a page of text and buttons and logos. So, even these buttons like show phone number, add some character to a website. So it's just another level, and your members appreciate it also. When they see that they have a badge next to their name, that plays to their ego. They feel special inside. So it's really a nice way to encourage people to upgrade, to show visitors who is really a trusted member, and obviously trusted members will receive more inquiries from your visitors. So it isn't just a badge, it's clout. You're verifying to website visitors that these are the members you recommend that they contact before anyone else on your site. So it is really more than just an icon.
And I went ahead and shared an article in the Brilliant Directory Support Center that shows you how you can easily customize that verified badge, because I know that comes up quite a bit. So I put that link in there in case anybody wanted to learn how to do that.
Awesome. Yep, I see that right there. Let me just click on that so we can all go there together real quick. So customizing the member verified badge. Perfect. Thank you, Pat.
You're welcome.
All right, and let's keep the good times rolling here. Shani, I'm unmuting your microphone, but it looks like it's muted on your side of the line. There we go. How are you, Shani?
Hello.
Hi.
Good. How are you?
Awesome. Where are you calling in from?
DeBerry, Florida.
Okay. How's the weather there this time of year?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Right?
Beautiful.
Right before the hot summer comes?
Yes. Yes, I know. We got one more month.
Yeah, so what's your question for us today?
So, I just launched on Saturday, and it's womanslane.org.
All right.
And I had some feedback where the women were kind of saying, well, we want to see the listing, but without having to sign up as a free user. So I was wondering, I know you guys kind of just came out with a feature where people can search the site and not and not have to sign up to see the actual listing, and then but they just can't see the contact information. So like right now, if they click on any of my links, they have to sign up.
It looks like you
regardless.
have the members only add-on enabled. I don't think you need that right now if you're just starting out your site.
Okay.
Can we go ahead and disable that together?
Yes, that would be great.
Okay, cool. So in order to do that, there's a few places to control members only content. If you're getting a total site lockout, it's probably because you have members only website set to yes. So I'll go ahead and set this to no.
Okay.
And let's see if that works. Just let these change. I'll go back to your home page, and then I'll just try to do an open search here. Yep, and we're good now. We have the results. We're not being kicked out or asked to log in.
Right. So, but you see how the phone numbers are on there, and I mean, will they be able to contact the members?
So what you want is the credit for connecting website visitors to your members, and if they call them directly, your member really doesn't know that
it came from me.
It came from you. So there's a few ways to circumvent that. One is to hide the phone number. Okay. The second one, and do you know how to do that if you wanted to?
No.
Okay, let me show you, because that's a good question. You only have 4 members right now. You're just starting out. That's perfectly fine. Maybe for your free or your lower membership levels, they don't even get a phone number displayed on their site. So I think this member, what do you have?
It's the online. That's the premium.
Well, the online storefront, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you can,
that's the regular one.
Okay.
But we could go. That's my lowest level, paid level.
So what's really cool about the membership levels, first of all, there's tons of options. You saw even this is where you set the profile badges that we did with Arlana. You can obviously set prices, search visibility options, which again, Greg, that's what I was referring to. There's a lot of search visibility options, so I don't know exactly which one was tripping up the distance search results on your site. But then what's really cool, my favorite tab when you're editing a membership level are the additional settings. So among other things, you can actually show phone number. You can set that to no, and that'll just not show the phone number, or you can not show the address. So any method that the user would try to circumvent your website and contact the member directly, you can remove those things. Even visiting their website link, you can remove that.
Right, and then when would they be able to see it? So once they sign up as a free user, I eventually want them to be able to see all that, so they can contact.
I see what you're saying. You want it to be the restrictions to be done for the person experiencing, not necessarily the member.
Right.
Oh, interesting. I
just want them to see it, because I just want them to kind of see the listing and be like, okay, this is what the functionality of the site looks like.
Okay, I think this is what you need. I'm going to go back to Arlana's site, if that's okay. Give me a second, because she had it. Here we go. So there is an add-on which is really cool, but again, it's not for every site. That's kind of why we make it an add-on. Do you notice that it says view phone number? You have to click it.
Yeah.
Okay, what that does is it tracks the clicks. So it shows the member how many times somebody clicked to view their phone number. And
Okay.
and where the member sees that is somewhere here. Let me show you this. Is the member profile statistics. So if it's important for you, here we go, member profile analytics. So what this does is it shows your members a wealth of knowledge, actually, how many profile views they've received, how many clicks to their website they've received, how many times someone clicked to view their phone number. So
Right.
so I know what you were trying to do. You wanted to suppress information for your general website, people who are browsing your website. But in this case, what this is going to do, it's going to show value to your paying members. You can say, hey, you got 50 phone clicks this month. You got 10 clicks to your website. It actually lets you show data to your members. So if anyone wants to cancel, you can easily show them the value of their listing on your website. So rather than suppressing the information, show it but track it. That way you have something tangible that you can show your members when it's time for them to upgrade, or if they're potentially thinking about canceling.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So yeah, this is, again, if you're worried about member retention and showing value to your members, this one is a super add-on to add to your site.
Okay. Got it.
All right. Any other questions? We could take one more from you because that was pretty quick.
Yeah. That was man. That was pretty much it. I mean,
okay.
The view profile.
I like your
you
site.
guys went over
I like the colors you chose. I do have one recommendation. Are you, unless you're planning on changing? See, this looks nicer because it's a light background with the darker text. I would maybe recommend not using a slideshow and just find one image that kind of represents the audience that you're trying to go after. Slideshows can get a little messy and things. See that there's black behind there now, like just no image. So
yeah. Okay.
So you can disable that.
That's
and
a good
just
Thank you.
find the image. But I like the colors you've chosen. It's like a purple pink color here against the black. It looks really modern. So you've done a really nice job with that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for your question.
Oh, it might have been. I do have a question with the subcat. Thank you. Thank you.
No, what's your question? Go ahead. You sounded really excited there.
Oh, no, I did have a question with the subcategories. So, just how do you add the sub? So, yeah, the sub.
Good question. Okay, let's go to your.
I think I may have tried it, and I'm not sure if it worked.
Not a problem. That's a good one to show.
I may have tried.
So what we want to do is you go to your member categories. You can still hear me okay, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. So member categories, toggle over to the sub-level categories tab. And from here, you can add a sub-level category, which is also sub-subs. So let's, I'm just going to do sample sub category. And what you can do, choose the top level category.
Okay.
And then choose the sub-level. So we'll just do auction. So now sub category will be nested under auction, which is inside of auto businesses.
Gotcha.
And then the members can select this category now accordingly. And obviously, if they choose this sub category, they'll also be part of the auction category and the auto business category from the theory of hierarchies. Yeah. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, good questions there from Shani. How are we doing on time there, Pat?
I think we can get another one or two in there.
Awesome. All right, we got a good friend Dan from Canada. Dan, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, how are you doing?
Good. How you doing today?
Good. Yeah, on my site it's called workportal.ca.
All right.
And I'm a VIP member, but there's one critical element I need to put on there, but it won't allow me to upload it.
Okay, let's check it out. Hopefully it's not a bug or an issue, and we can help you out with that. All right, so we're here on your site, and where should I go that you're having issues here?
Just where it says monitor add-ons on your right-hand side there.
Okay.
And just if you scroll down a little bit more, where it says the multi-member, the multi-member add-on.
Okay.
Right there. So it got the install button and stuff like that, but when I try to click on, an error message.
Gotcha. You know what? I think the team was updating a few things on this page.
Okay.
I don't know what they updated, but you definitely should have access to that. I would just email the add-ons at brilliantdirectories.com here.
Okay.
And just let them know that you're getting an install message in your admin, and it's not doesn't look like it's doing anything.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's very quick answer there. So yeah, but I've been having trouble with all of them, so they just started coming on.
Yeah, it looks like
there you go.
Yeah, I just clicked install. It looks like that. I never saw the install here, but that looks like it worked.
Yeah.
And then you're interested in using this add-on now?
Yeah. No, I have a number of members on there that have multiple accounts, and I just don't know how to get it started.
Pat, can I pass that one over to you? I know you're an expert with this add-on.
So that one is it's installed. He's ready to go.
It shows that it's active and installed.
All right.
If you want to.
Let's do it.
All right. Let me know when to pass it on over to you. We can help Dan out here.
All right. Just give me one moment. Just want to verify that he has everything over here. There. It looks good.
Right.
All right. Let's do it.
Accounts. All right. I'm going to pass that over to you, Pat.
Okay, so what I did is I verified that it was in fact installed. This is a feature on Brilliant Directory, so you can see it here, the sub accounts. I've seen people rename this different names. You can do that if you want. You don't have to call it sub accounts. Bear in mind what you call it here is what your members are going to see. So I've seen additional accounts. I've seen it been named additional locations, additional offices, additional, you can really change the name here. What we recommend doing is only changing the name in this particular area in general settings. So is there something you'd like to call it?
Yes, leave it at additional accounts. That's good.
All right, great. So we'll go ahead and save that. And what I like most about this particular add-on is that this is something you can really monetize. It's a feature and you're able to control how many additional accounts your customers are able to add. So we're going to go into the company employer. We're going to click on edit. And in the post-publishing tab, we're going to now see a feature that's called additional accounts. So if we want to allow, we're going to turn this off after we show you, but if we want to allow them to add additional accounts, we just check this box. But if we want to limit how many additional accounts they can add, all we need to do is control that here. So you can say everybody's allowed to add one additional account of this particular tier, and that tier costs X amount of dollars.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and save that just for this example.
Okay.
And just a note, so those of you who are not familiar with this multi-member manager add-on, it allows one member on your website to create additional alternate members on your website that each have their own individual profiles. And those profiles can have different business names, phone numbers, addresses, totally different information, but it'll be managed by that master account.
That's correct. And what they do when you give them access to this is it's going to show up the same way a coupon or an event or a job listing would appear. So what we'll do is we'll click on add additional account. And what this does is it literally is creating an additional account on your website. So when you go to your members section and they've completed creating that additional account, your system will identify that as its own account. It'll be linked to the parent account and the master account will always be able to edit it, but it is literally a second account in the directory. So if there's an account that's in California and another one that's in Florida, and somebody searches for Florida, only the one in Florida would display. So it's a way for them to manage multiple accounts at once.
Okay. How about if they got like 10 accounts?
That's fine, and we've seen that. And for example, I love the example Jason gave in one of our earlier webinars. And for example, if it's a cleaning directory and you want to hire cleaners, and you can run into a company that has a lot of cleaners on their staff, you could sell them this and say, hey, put all of your cleaners in the database. That way they'll also appear in search results, but your email will be the email that gets all of the leads. So your single company has now multiplied by 25 in our directory, and you can buy this package at this much per month or this much per year. So it's a great way to go to larger companies that have staff and give them strategies on how they can benefit and increase the amount of leads they can generate on your particular website.
So for the company that I have, several companies I have, and if they've got existing accounts, I can merge them now?
There's no merging functionality. I believe if you it's a little technical, but in the user's data table in the database, it's controlled by something that's called the parent ID.
Pat,
Yeah.
we made that a setting. If you go into the Actions tab, so yes, so Dan, you can change who the parent account is.
Wow.
So if you go on Quick Edit, so all your members have IDs. So this member is 3605. Click on Listing Settings. And now, because this add-on is enabled, see the parent ID, it says 0. You can you can manually change the parent ID. So if you need to start moving people around or remove a parent, you can always set it to 0 or blank, and that will remove the parent access. So you just need to know what the member's parent ID is that you want to associate the the child accounts to.
All right, I can play with that tonight. Thanks.
It's an amazing setting, Jason. This comes up quite a bit. I'll give you an example of a law firm that adds all of their lawyers, and one lawyer's leaving the law firm. They don't necessarily want to delete his account. He's leaving on good terms. So all you'd have to do is remove the parent ID, and it would now become an independent account that they'd be able to manage on their own. So that's an amazing feature you've added there.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
All right. Glad to help, Dan.
I'm going to remove the setting, Dan, that I've enabled just to make sure that you can test that before making that live for all of your members.
All right. I see while you're doing that, Pat, I see a new name here, Yolani. Yolani, are you with us?
Hello.
Hi, Yolani. Where are you calling in from?
Well, right now I am in Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay, great. Is this your first webinar with us?
Yes. My husband Carlos is in Panama City, Panama.
Okay.
And we are building the directory for Panama.
Oh, fantastic. How did you like the webinar so far?
Oh, we are having a lot of fun. We're very excited about the directory.
Okay, great. What's your question for us today?
Yes, we were wondering, on the main page, there is the About Us. We noticed that there are some other people that instead of the About Us, they have placed a video. So we were wondering if we can do that and how we can do that.
You know, I never thought about it, but actually I think there's a very easy way to do that. Can I check out your site? We can do it together.
Yeah, well, we haven't launched yet. We're just building it, so.
That's okay. Is there a name I can find it by?
We call it Mucho Gusto.
Okay. Fantastic name here. All right, so let me show everyone what you're referring to. Let me go to your homepage. So this is muchogusto.biz, and if we scroll down, first of all, great job translating into Spanish. You're referring to this is a join and about modules that come with a lot of the sites, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're wondering, like, how do you, maybe this one we change and we keep this one?
Yeah, the About Us, we wonder if we can place a video there, like an explainer video.
Yep, I think we can. I just want to check one thing here. Yeah, okay. I'm just checking the size here, like a tailor taking measurements. 522. All right, so first thing we want to do is we can go to the design settings. You know, I thought this was super complicated, but actually it's not. I was trying to think of ways to do it, but the moment you started talking, I think this will work. So fingers crossed. What we can do is we can delete the title. Is that okay if I do that?
Yes.
Okay. Delete the title, delete the text, and delete the link here. Let's go to YouTube, and we can. I'm just going to take any video for now, but you can see how we're doing this. So let's take whatever. This is any video. You know, YouTube really wants me to listen to this dead mouse guy. I just keep seeing videos here. So what I'm going to do is let me copy the YouTube video. Let me go share. This is very standard stuff. We get the embed, and I'll go ahead and copy this. Are you familiar with embedding YouTube videos?
Yes.
Okay. So all I'm going to do is take the code that YouTube has given, and I'm going to try two things. One is I'm just going to paste that here. Let's just see what happens. Might have to do something else, but let's see what happens with this. If it's this easy, this is going to be great. We refresh your homepage. Boom, video.
Oh, it works.
Let's party.
Great.
All right.
Okay.
Very nice, Jason.
So obviously you don't want dead mouse on your homepage. That's okay. You can find the video that you want.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Also, be careful of the images you're using here. I see that they're stretching.
Those are not the ones we use them.
Okay.
Actually, today we were shopping the images in shorter stuff because we have not launched yet. We're still working on the concept. We want to do a business directory. We know that for sure. But I think we kind of cut a little bit in. We got to build the traffic too. And then how do we build the traffic? But it's a business directory. And then we kind of spending time in.
Well, you said
that out.
This is targeting a specific local area.
Yeah, that's gonna be in Panama City, Panama.
And it's a business directory for Panama City, Panama.
Right. We want to target like growing business, like people like us that they're a small, medium-sized company that are growing, and they don't have a big budget in placing ads in TV or mass media and things like that. So they're gonna enjoy having more visibility online in a place that they can contact prospect clients.
Well, you just brought up something amazing. So we're launching this month a local travel guide theme, a demo, which is going to be, you know, all our themes mixed together. You can add or remove whatever features you want, but these are great starting points. What we learned for local business directories, in many cases, you can just have like a yellow pages site for a specific area and you finish. You have the search on the homepage and it's done. But now a lot of website visitors, and you just said a big word, you want to drive traffic to your website. And when you drive traffic, then the businesses will want to join your website. It's all part of a formula. So what we're going to release later is a travel guide theme, and it focuses on content that you can create. You don't need a lot of content, but it's going to make the homepage look more appealing towards the people that might want to come to Panama City. So you can have a few articles. You would need to write a few articles, obviously, on like top 10 places for families in Panama City. How to spend 3 days in Panama City, like a checklist. So you create some articles. And you can create some news, and it's easy because it's Panama City. You can look for events and you can publish events that are happening in Panama City yourself, because you just can look what's online and put it on the website, and now you have a website that looks like it's for Panama City, and it will be easier to get the businesses to sign up. So my recommendation for you is maybe you don't have classifieds, coupons, gallery, photo, video. Maybe you cut it back to events, news and business directory, or maybe coupons too. 4 things instead of everything.
Okay.
That
4
will
things.
that will simplify your website and make it easier for you and your husband to actually get this off the ground. And we're going to be emailing everyone when the travel guide theme is ready to be released. And again, there's nothing fancy about it. It's just the way that it brings certain types of content to the front of the website for the website visitor. So it really focuses on better navigation for a local business directory website, in my opinion.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for the input.
So yeah, a lot of times you can save a lot of time by removing features that you don't need right away. That's always a good tip for any project in life, actually, is do you really need everything that's in your head on phase 1? So that will save you guys a lot of time so you can go live to the public a lot faster.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, we have a conversation.
All right. Good luck. Thank you for joining, and congratulations on starting your directory.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Let's see here. I think we take 1 or 2 more questions here. I see a new name here. I could be wrong. Shavar. There we go.
Yes, hello?
Is that correct pronunciation, Shavar?
Yes, that's right. Sure, yes.
All right. How can we help you today, Shavar?
Yeah, I was watching a while ago and I saw you guys showing the multi members
Manager?
sign up feature. Yeah, is that an add-on we all get, or we have to get it separate?
It's one of the ways we keep the lights on here at Brilliant Directories. It is an add-on. I always recommend if you're thinking you want 2 or 3 add-ons, join the VIP add-ons club. That way you get everything regardless. But that would be here on our add-ons page. And there's 2 of them. One of them is, we get a lot of questions about this. It's probably our fault. What's the difference between multi-location listings and multi-listing manager? I'll explain the difference. Is it okay if I explain the difference between these 2 for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll start with the first one, multi-location listings. So let's say you have members, they only need 1 profile. But let's say I'm a lawyer in Los Angeles, but I can also practice law in New York or in other cities of California. The multi-location listings allows me to select additional places that I will travel to with one account. The multi-listing manager lets you create multiple accounts with their own profile picture, their own phone numbers, their own addresses. So the multi-listing manager, I think, has a lot more value, but is not always necessary. Sometimes it's overkill. So depending on who the types of people are that are joining your website, you can decide if multi-location listings is what you need, or the multi-listing manager.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the multi-listing manager sound good
Yeah.
because that allow like company to to build on your website to duplicate more leads for you.
Exactly. They'll have more visibility, more profiles to generate leads. There's definitely value. And as Pat mentioned, it's a reason that you can charge members who get that feature a lot more money.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your question.
All right. Thank you. No problem.
I think we could take 1 more here. 1 more question. And do we have any? Yeah, we got Wendy. Wendy, how are you today?
Fine, thank you.
All right.
If you go to my website, elegantLivingDirectory.com, I would like to remove the paid advertisements and put my own website banners, like on the sides or wherever you see the paid advertisements coming up. How would I do that?
Great question. First, let's get to a page with some advertisements. So, okay, we can see some, yeah, here's some Google ads here. Okay. So what you can do is you can go to your design settings, and I'll just let this page load. And under your banner ad design, this is really where you'll control it. So you've already done the important thing. You've enabled banner ads. That's set to yes. Generally, for the sidebars, you just need sidebar 1. And if you want to use your own image, I'm just going to show you how to do it, and then I'm going to revert it back. But let me just show you how you would do it. So with a banner ad, you need an image and you need a link for it to go somewhere. So let's say you sell a space or you want to use the space yourself. Generally, you would upload the image you want to use. Oh, it looks like there's I think we've been seeing this error today. I think the team is on top of that. But let me find an image on your site just to use one. Give me a moment. Let this load. Okay, I'm just going to grab a random image here. Okay, so we'll use this one, and just for fun, I'll revert it back. We will link to the Mucho Gusto site for just a moment, and I'll save the changes. So obviously you want to upload an image that kind of looks like a banner advertisement. You can design that however you like. And if we come back to your site, Wendy, and I'll refresh the page. So now we have this image here, and I'll go ahead and click on this image, and it's taking us to the muchogusto.biz. So very, very easily the hard part is designing the banner ad the way you want it to suit your website. So once you have the image you want to use, it's very easy to add the image to your site and then link it to wherever you want to link it to. Some people create banner ads that actually link people to where they can sign up on their own website. Like, tired of browsing, let's get started, and then click here to join our website. So they create, I guess they're like internal banner ads. So that's how you would do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and
one more
delete that. Yeah, go ahead. We can take one more question.
one more quick question. I created a landing page last week with the code that you use. And so now what do I do with it other than drive traffic to it? I know it sits, that's it, how we promote. I know it sits in the directory, but is that all it does? I mean,
well, to be honest,
it's not something that comes up unless you actually put the link in, right?
Correct. Some people sing to their landing pages. Some people take their landing pages out for dinner and ask them to perform better. No, but as Patrick mentioned, and if you were in the earlier part of the webinar when we were creating that lead magnet page, I said, Patrick, how do you get people to the landing page? So Facebook is a great way to do it, because you can post a link to this page in Facebook and then drive targeted traffic based on gender, age, interests, and things like that, and drive people to this page from Facebook. You obviously want to start with a small budget until you do some testing. The last thing you want to do is waste more money before you know the page is performing well or not. So always test ad campaigns with a small budget first, so you know that they will do well. If you're not going to use Facebook, his recommendation was to find alternate social media platforms or other websites where your potential members hang out, and try to get links to this landing page on those platforms.
I was going to ask that, because we have people that don't even want to be a part of social media. So how do you work with those?
So that would be a case where email marketing might be good. So if you have an email list, you can invite people to come to the landing page from the email list. Now, granted, that assumes you have their email address. But if you have no way of connecting with these people through email or through websites or online forums, nothing hurts picking up the phone, going door to door, trying to get information, going to local events and having a booth at a farmer's market. At that point, you're talking about grassroots things.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for sharing your site with us.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you very much, Wendy. Thank you to everyone who joined us for this Webinar Wednesday. Wow, we covered a lot of topics today. How to create a landing page with a lead magnet. David covered 2 new add-ons that are coming this month. And if you guys haven't already done so, let me backtrack on these slides here. Please go ahead and join our Facebook group. If you haven't already done so, you can go to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. The next webinar will be not next week, but 2 weeks from now. So we look forward to having you. It was great to be with you here today. And on behalf on Gabriel, Patrick, David, and myself, thank you guys very much. We look forward to seeing you in the next Webinar Wednesday.
Great webinar. Thanks a lot, guys.